Where there's money, there will be toxic feminists, and Anita Sarkeesian is someone who has severely damaged the video game industry in the last decade, but now that everybody's talking about narrative consultation companies like Sweet Baby Inks and Black Girl Gamers, she has decided to come out of hiding since announcing the shutdown of Feminist Frequency and is talking about doing game consulting herself. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, Anita Sarkeesian is someone who will do anything for a few bucks, so it's not a real shocker that she's seeing an opportunity flat in front of her face and going, I think I want to be a part of this. And in the past, Anita Sarkeesian has done video game consulting. It's not like this is something brand new for her, but since the closure of Feminist Frequency, she's been relatively quiet about Gamergate 2. And funny enough, the timeline from Feminist Frequency shutdown to Gamergate 2 is something that's quite interesting to me and that I've talked about on the channel a few times. So I had made some posts about this back in March, but on August 1st, 2023, they announced Feminist Frequency was shutting down. October 26th, a Niche Gamer article released highlighting Sweet Baby Inc.'s existence, and it brought a lot of attention to this company. And then months passed. On January 29th, 2024, Sweet Baby Inc. Detected List is created. January 31st, Feminist Frequency began their final rundown. On February 2nd, Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League gained notoriety and kicked off the largest wave of backlash against Sweet Baby Inc. So, it's quite the interesting timeline, at least in my opinion, because when one of the final entities that was created out of Gamergate 1 was officially shutting down, Gamergate 2 started, and yes, Sweet Baby Inks only exist because of people like Anita Sarkeesian, Brianna Wu, and Zoe Quinn, because these individuals had started pushing DEI initiatives into the industry, and they were doing video game consulting. They were going around saying gamers were starting harassment campaigns, which isn't true because Gamergate 1 was about ethics in journalism. It did not start as some massive harassment campaign simply because women existed in the video game industry. Funny enough, I know, shocking, right? But women have always been in the video game industry. But, now Anita Sarkeesian is seeing, you know what? Feminist Frequency failed, but all of these consulting companies exist because of me, so why shouldn't I try to make a bunch of money on it? And she posted this on her Instagram Reels. It is real. This is my own screenshot. I saw it with my own two eyes. It was too good to be true. I was like, no, there's no shot this is real. Oh, it is. I do video game consulting, hire me. And if you go on over to her website, AnitaSarkeesian.com, it's here clear as day, inclusive video game design supporting services. It is too freaking funny. And you can see the list of companies she's worked with in the past, which definitely, at least in my opinion, is not good for gamers. She thinks that she's the best thing to ever happen to the industry, which is not the case, but she's worked with Devolver, Landfall, Megacrit, Ubisoft. She's worked with a ton of companies over the years. She wants to help eliminate problematic dialogue, craft complex, authentic characters, modernizing historically problematic content. I cannot wait for Assassin's Creed Shadows to come out and to see if that is the tie to Ubisoft, because her name would be in the credits. As of right now, she has not said anything about Assassin's Creed Shadows, but over the past couple months, she said nothing about the video game industry, and all of a sudden she's popping back up when the development of Assassin's Creed Shadows is winding down. That, to me, is extremely sus, and I would be curious to see if she was affiliated with Assassin's Creed Shadows, because, again, modernizing historically problematic content and, eliminating problematic dialogue, and then, trying to make products appeal to a broader audience, that to me just screams what is going on with that freaking game. It's just a tinfoil hat moment, but I would not put it past any individuals like Anita or Anita herself. And of course, she has done video game consulting in the past. There were rumors that she did help with The Last of Us 2. That was never officially confirmed, and Neil Druckmann had come out and said that it was not true. But there's still people who think that it was basically just damage control on his part. So we're never going to know that for certain, but we do know that she did help with games like Dishonored 2. Here's an article back from June 2017 saying you can thank Anita Sarkeesian for being able to play Emily in Dishonored 2, talking about Anita working with Arcane and really helping on this sequel and how she really brought a feminist light to this game. It's so awful, in my opinion. If you are so bad at your job that you need to hire other people to come in and look over your work, you should probably not have the job you've got. And to top it off, you're hiring people who are only going to make your game significantly worse. It's not like we're talking about bringing in some world-renowned writer who, for the first half of the game, couldn't work on it, but they have some time now and they're going to actually help you, flesh out your world. We're not talking about a situation like that. We're talking about Anita Sarkeesian, who has no background in writing, in game development, in producing, none of that. She just simply got her start for going, poor me, I'm being harassed, in the mainstream media at that time did want more women in the video game industry, wanted to push as many women as possible, put them up on a pedestal, and that is exactly what happened with the big three women in Gamergate. I will never trust Anita Sarkeesian. Whenever I see her name, I instantly cringe. I mean, I posted this meme, "Aw, shit, here we go again," because it's so true. She sees an opportunity to make money, and this was only ever a grift for her. She never cared about video games or the industry in totality. It could disappear tomorrow and she'd be like, okay, guess I gotta move on to something else. And basically everybody knows it. The only people who are still supporting the Anita Sarkeesians are individuals who want to be like her, the raging leftists and the toxic feminists who are trying their hardest to simply make money out of this industry. They don't care about video games. They don't care about gamers. They simply see dollar signs, like Kim Belair, right? She is the co-founder and the CEO of Sweet Baby Inc. She only started Sweet Baby Inc. because of people like Anita Sarkeesian, because of people like Zoe Quinn, because these women had started Gamergate 1, and they, of course, were trying their hardest to force their way into companies and force companies to give them money. That's exactly what Sweet Baby is doing. There were rumors just a few weeks ago about apparently Sweet Baby Inc. extortion. They were allegedly trying to extort Game Science for $7 million because Game Science, who is behind Black Myth Wukong, was facing a lot of backlash over false accusations that IGN was promoting. And they were like, hey, listen, we know you're in the middle of a controversy right now. Why don't you hire us and we'll figure out PR for you and we'll sift over your game and you won't have to delay it by that long. And of course, that was just a rumor, so take it all with a grain of salt. But it wouldn't sound that shocking given how scummy the individuals are who are affiliated with Sweet Baby and who work at Sweet Baby Inc. And Kim Belair is basically just a copy and paste of Anita Sarkeesian. That's why people do not like Sweet Baby Inc. That is why she, hates being labeled, a Gamergate 2 company, and the company that started Gamergate 2 because she knows that people can see what she is clear as day, and that's just a massive feminist grifter. They don't care about the video game industry, they just care about making money, and they don't care about the damage they do in the process. So, of course, it does seem, at least right now, that Anita Sarkeesian is back. She's probably going to be ramping up her social media interactions, making a lot of posts, trying to get a lot of attention because she sees a way to make money, even though she's been in hiding for several months at this point, the majority of 2024 so far. So I will be keeping my eye on this to see what else she says going forward, if she makes any other statements, and also what games she's affiliated with. As of right now, no new games have come out that her name's been in the credits for, but we are definitely going to have to pay a lot of attention to, potential consultants that are on the lists in the credits of titles. And I'd be very interested to see if she's maybe even affiliated with games as big as Assassin's Creed Shadows. But that's all that I had to discuss in this. If you enjoyed it and found it important and informative, make sure to give it a like. And if you're not and you didn't enjoy, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.